welcome back to another video. If you're joining me again, or if it's your first time watching this, hello, my name is Amber and I have a channel called No Labels Allowed, of course. This is my second video and it's all about, well, it's mostly about auditory processing disorder, but like I explained in my last video, I don't like to have labels. Obviously you know you have something, but I don't want to be defined by it. Check out my video, I'll link it down below, it will explain everything. But today's video is all about what auditory processing disorder is about. Now I'm not gonna lie, I have been putting off, like, not putting off this video, but like when I think about this video I'm just like, I need to do it because I need to explain what it is, but I'm not the best at actually explaining what it is. I'm no doctor. This is just going to be how, like, just roughly what it is. I'm not going to go in like mega detail, but I am going to go and put like examples and different experiences I have that explain the auditory processing disorder, which, you know, sometimes better than getting like proper with the ear, because I'll leave that to the doctors because I'm not going to pretend I'm a doctor. Auditory processing disorder is when you have difficulty understanding sounds, including like spoken words. It's all to do with how the sounds travel from like your ear into your brain, and you don't hear certain sounds. So when someone's speaking, or when you're learning as a child, you will find it way harder to hear certain sounds. For example, I'm not going to be able to say it because I can't hear it properly, but you know the sound, don't know, sounds like I'm just saying but you know, like, oh god, I'm spitting now, like la, I'm saying, I think I'm saying la, T-H-E, but when I'm actually saying it, la, I'm actually saying like the letter la. So I can't actually say la. Oh, I think I might have just said it. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, who knows? It's all about the tongue. I've been trying because I have a daughter that's 6. Throughout COVID, we've been going through sounds and like phonics and stuff. So like some of the phonics I can't hear, and it's really hard to teach someone if I can't hear it. And you know, it just kind of makes you think, damn, like, what is it going to be like when I'm helping her with her homework when she's older, and it's going to be like maths, breeze, fine, but when it comes to like English and sounds and stuff, I'm just gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be hard. And spellings, like some of her spellings are already like, wow, like I feel like maybe I need to go on a journey with her to learn them. Not that I do know sounds and stuff, but there's just certain ones that I just can't hear, and to be fair, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to properly hear. But yeah, so that's the example of the, I think I said it again. I really try to move my tongue like behind it, but to me it still doesn't sound right, but I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, it's all about the way the sound travels. And but before you think like, oh, like, would you wear hearing aids and stuff because is it how, like, your hearing, is that hearing loss? It's not hearing loss as such where you can't hear properly, it's the way your brain perceives it. So I can hear fine. I have had so many hearing tests throughout my childhood. I had so many hearing tests and I have like perfect hearing, so you can really tell, like, that's why, you know, it takes so long to get diagnosed. And it isn't something that is really well known to doctors to be able, well, they can diagnose you, but once you're diagnosed, it's not like, oh, here we go, this will cure it. There's no cure for it, unfortunately. You've just got to find ways to train your brain. You've just got to find different ways where other people have certain ways of learning. So just, you know, maybe just like a normal way of learning, going through school years, just breezing it out, going through like the school system, where me going through the school system isn't going to be, you know, doing what everyone else is doing constantly. It isn't going to be as easy. So, well, it wasn't as easy. I have been through the school system, obviously. So it wasn't as easy. So I had to, you know, obviously have like special help, especially, well, actually primary and secondary school, which I do think really helped, because I think if I didn't, like, because I dropped one of my, what do you call it when you're in secondary school? You get to choose your, like, subjects you have. I ended up dropping one, and then I had, like, extra, like, English support. But to be fair, I managed to, obviously I didn't get the best grade. I got a C in English, English Lit and English Language at the end of my GCSEs. I mean, it's not high or anything, but I passed it. And throughout my whole school years, I got told I wasn't going to pass it. So to be able to be like, yeah, I have this, but I still passed it, when all the teachers were like, yeah, you know, you're not really going to pass it. And, you know, you just kind of just, yeah, you get predicted this, that and this, you know, like all under, I think I got predicted like E's and stuff. And it's just like, well, I get like predicted grades are like predicted grades, but sometimes you're just like, if I was as motivated as I was in school, I could just accepted that and just thought, yeah, I'm just gonna fail. But luckily I was way more motivated in school, and I studied and I had extra help, and I put the effort in, and I managed to at least pass English. But yeah, so I have gone off topic. That has gone from, but basically this video, you know, I do want to be like, what is auditory processing disorder, but sometimes I feel like it's easier to like explain something with having examples in, especially for people, because then they might be like, oh yeah, like I've been through that, or I'm going through that, especially as like a child going through the school ages, but also as an adult, because I feel like there's so much online for like helping adults with their children, but like I belong in a few groups on Facebook, and it's all just like more like mum or parents or guardians just going on about like their children, and it'd just be nice to like have some like adults who have the same, and then just yeah, see what other, you know, see what other problems or different challenges they go through each day. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, they're going everywhere. So something else that is a challenge with auditory processing disorder, obviously, is sound waves going to your brain. So you can't always hear exactly what people are saying, especially if they're mumbling, especially if they've got a strong accent. Sometimes they could be saying something and it still won't connect to your brain. I don't know why. Like, so for an example, I would be at work. This doesn't happen all the time. It just depends on the environment you're in. So if you're in like a loud environment and you're trying to talk to someone, it's harder to hear. So when I am at work sometimes and I'm in a loud environment and someone asks me something, and they said like a customer asked me something, for an example, this has happened, customers asked me something, asked me for, I can't remember which it was now, it was some, I can't remember what it was, but basically what she wanted, so just for an example, it wasn't this, but let's go, oh, this did happen once. A customer was asking me for toilet roll, and I was like, he was asking for toilet roll, and then I was like, I couldn't hear him, so like I went pardon like a few times, and then I thought he said the gluten-free rolls, so I've taken him to the gluten-free aisle to show him the rolls, when actually he wanted the toilet roll. So I went to another person and I was like, oh, can you help me a minute, because I'm not too sure what this gentleman wanted. And then it turned out he wanted toilet rolls, and then when I heard it I was like, oh, you wanted toilet rolls. And to be fair, in that situation, he laughed it off, showed him the way. He was quite happy, pleasant, happy days. It was all good. Like, it was just like, oh yeah, no, toilet rolls, blah blah blah. And he was just like, it was cool about it. He just laughed it off, and it was like happy, every smiles. But then you get other times where I helped this lady, and I can't remember what it was, but she wanted an item, and she did have a strong accent and it was loud, and that played an impact on the situation, and I could not hear her. I kept saying pardon, and I couldn't, like, I was being absolutely calm about it, and I was giving her a few suggestions. I brought up my app, I asked her how to spell it, she didn't know how to spell it, so I was like, well, we're just absolutely got no idea what we're doing. So I went to find someone to help me, and obviously they helped, but like, when it was just me and this lady, it was just like, she was like, the person she was with was just like laughing, and I was just like, it's so rude, like, and because she was getting like a bit what do you call it, like, you know, a bit like, not angry, but just a bit like, oh, like, for God's sake, like, she was getting a bit aggy. So yeah, it happens. You get people who, you know, understand, like, even though they don't know I have anything, like, any issues going on, but just in life you get people that'll be fine about things like that, and then you just get other people who just get aggy, and they can get like angry, and like, and I just think, okay. Or they get like, what's that when they're like, what's that word, they get all like sarcastic-y kind of with you, but like, you can't hear me, like, and it's just like, okay, like, just be kind, that's all, just be kind. Like I said, there's no cure for auditory processing disorder, and I feel like I want to find different ways. So I was proper in full there, I was like, think. No, but I want to find ways to try and not solve it, but help the issue. And because there's like, obviously you can go to, like, you can do little activities to kind of train your brain, but like, they don't always, you know, it won't just cure you like that. But I do want to find little ways to see if I can make the situation better. I did try my loop head earplug things. I'm going to do a separate video about that. I used it in the cinema quickly. It was a dream. I'll go more about that in the next video. But whilst I was in the cinema, when it was the adverts and it was quite loud, I would struggle to hear in a situation like that, because you know, like when someone's like whispering to you next to you about like the advert, I put in the earplug and I could hear, like, I don't know the shape of it, again I'll go in more depth in another video, but I could really, like, it actually, I could hear it was picking, this earplug was picking up his voice, and it just blocked out the background noise, and it did help. I am going to be using them over the weekend where I'm going to be in a loud situation and people are going to be talking, and then next week's video I'll probably go more into depth about them and see if they actually work, and if they do, I will link everything below, and you know, just little things to help. So I just wanted to do this video just as, like, to explain what auditory processing disorder is. I'm not that good at explaining it. I mean, I've given some examples of different things and different ways it can affect. I will go into depth about like certain situations in different videos, but this video was just like, what is auditory processing disorder? And yeah, like I said, I'm no doctor. I'm really not that good at explaining what it is, but I will link down below like a few websites that will explain it a bit more, explain it more in depth, explain it how, like, the inner ear, the outer ear, and how the sound travels. But yeah, so it is kind of like a video where it's kind of gone off a little bit, it's a bit everywhere, but thank you for watching. Next week's video is going to be hopefully a tip to help auditory processing disorder, anyone who has it, to deal with situations when they find it hard to hear. So hear someone when there's background noise, and yeah, so fingers crossed it works at the weekend, and I will let you guys know. And thank you for watching this video. Again, I'm sorry that it's a bit everywhere, I'm just not good at explaining things, But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I will catch you next week if you're interested, but if not, thank you for watching this video. If you got this far, well done, because it is very scattery, but we tried. Thank you for watching. Bye.